Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. With me today is my brother, my colleague, Lawrence Maxwell Moore, who is making things possible from Bon County. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV this afternoon. This evening, we want to encourage all of you to share the show as we get this conversation started. The topic today is where are we as nation? I think that's what Steve created as the topic today. Where are we as a nation? Lawrence, my brother, before we get started, how is Liberia? How is Bon County as Bon Mines?
Well, Mr. Kane, Boma is okay, especially, Boma is central Liberia, even though we are in the rainy season. The rainy season is I love the rainy season more than the dry season because when you feel it heated, you get sleep, but once the rain is falling, the place is cool, you can manage it. So when you cover yourself, you sleep. So we are in the rainy season and things is moving on. The only thing here is the issue of petroleum. The prices are high up. Gasoline is been sold here for $950 Liberian, and the diesel 1 gallon is $1,000 Liberian here in Boma. Boma is not that far from Kakata. 15 minutes from Boma is in Kakata. So one of the major things, copper right down somewhere around $60 for cup. Some places you'll find because they got two measurement cup water rice in the market. They got the smaller one for 50 and the other one for 60. So we're managing it. We're trying to face things back here, but it's not easy. And we know we'll face it.
I'm sorry. So I know you're making because with the rescue team be in power, I know you're making everybody will be rescued one point at some point.
Yeah. People who are on the team, the rescue team, actually they are enjoying the government. And when you try to flag out some issues, some ill in the society, they'll always go against you, especially even in the local setting. People who are with some of the lawmakers around, some of the senators, when you try to provide some information, they try to say a lot of things against you. If you are enemy, you are against development. And the problem, some of them live within the same environment as a candidate. They will see these things. But once the president is getting his daily bread, the man will go after you once you try to provide the information. So we just look at it. One thing I know, as long there is God, will make it.
Yeah.
Says here, how long for says here, even though it's far, but equate to finish. At the end of the day, some of them who are right now representative senator, they're passing around. They don't even have time for people who voted for them. But at the end of the time, they'll be coming around and say reconciliation. Oh, yeah, forget about that one. Yeah, that's that new thing. Who can see it? They think we can see it, Mr. Cannon. So many can kneel down. Some of them can lay down the ground flat because they want to be re-elected. They start hearing the other people, they'll put it back by, they may get a play how they made our own song. You put it there, the man gone. So what happened in the country? Well, we're facing things.
So the man going to the next election cycle.
Oh yeah, the man, they'll put it there again. The man going for another 6 years. You hear them crying around. The Liberians, once they made up their mind for something, they go for it. Until they see the aftermath before they come to themselves and say, oh yeah, we need to go the way, we need to go the way. But once the Liberian mind are made up, in 2017, we had a lot of candidates in the race, but the Liberian went for the former president, George Weah. They voted for him immensely. 2023, we're in Monrovia at that time, the launching day around. We're around there. People were singing, our Pasare made mistake, our Pasare. They were begging Joseph Boakai, the launching day, our Pasare made mistake. They put it back there. Now, in recent time, I remember some part of Monrovia, people was begging former president Weah. So, I have to look in the country, Mr. Cannon. We really need to try to, yeah.
Right. Very, very interesting country.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from the look of things, where are we headed? I mean, where are we? You know, in in as much as you know, we we seeing things going the way they're going. But you guys live in the country. What is the mood like right now? Because I don't know whether you followed the issue yesterday.
No,
People,
because
the anger level of the people went really high yesterday because of the fact that we said some things, especially when it comes to the rescue mission, especially the president mission to the United States, how things went over there at the conference in Dallas, and they didn't like some of them didn't like the way you know we reported the information, the issues. But overall, what are you hearing from average Liberians when it comes to the country? Since you just talk about the gasoline, besides gasoline, what else? Are
well,
you hearing?
yeah, Mr. Kane, one thing I know, our people, when they go for something, they go for it directly. Uh, if you go around the old people around some places at the East Center, you will hear people talking about the government. It stays soon, things will get better. We should give time to the government. Even some old people, they will tell you, say, it stays soon, the men are getting there. Things will get better. Now, as we speak, today is the 10th of May. Silver 7, nothing yet for Silver 7. Today is the 10th day of May, nothing yet. But some old man that will come from the butchers will come sell potato green. When you're having conversation with them, some of them will say, stay soon. They'll get a chance to the papa will face things will get better. One thing, Mr. Kana, there are a lot of people who voted for the President Joseph Yuma Boakai, from the past record of President William our Toddler. If you speak to some of the older people, they will tell you, my son, Toddler was vice president for 19 good years under President William V. S. Todman, and no one knew he could do better until he became president. And President Boakai served as vice president for 12 good years under Madam Salif. So from that backdrop, now people are trying to understand. Mr. Boakai will do better. President Boakai will do better because it's happening so time, and it will stay happening. So when you discuss the issue, even when they were doing vehicle registration from Red Lake Kakata was 500. People were trying to make that way. You got one center, only one place doing the registration. At least places like Kakata, Banga, Ganta, those places are accessible. They got people living there. So if you got a centers in Ganta, people from other part of Nima will just stop to Ganta and do that registration. If you got a place in Kakata, a bunch of other places, people will just stay in their various counties and do the registration. But you have to go Monrovia. Even when we did the registration, the vehicle registration for the station car, it took almost 3 days to get a document. We go there, they say no current. No current. The system does not have a standby generator, so they're waiting for AEC to come on. You go there, so now you work 2-3 days, they'll tell you, say, no current, so go and come back. So that the country will find ourselves. The issue about rule of law in the country, Mr. Canning, is very much is dangling. The implementation, the rule of law. You will be around, probably you see a foreigner and a Liberian having some kind of argument, and they'll tell you, say, even you get me to go, I win you. Some of the guys around can say, hey. So at the end of the day, the man get money. Somebody man, they got the police officer number, they tap government official number. They might say right here, so he call. Whether he wrong you, no investigation. So that's why they'll get carried to go put you behind bar. There's a case that we followed here before, and that case has sparked issue in the district. We even filed a complaint to the Supreme Court. One of the workers here at the station was maltreated by court officers, one sheriff from the Beaumont Ministerial Court and 2 DA officers. There was this land dispute, land issue that went on in one of the clan here in Fuama. At that time, our family had called the two chiefs to go to the district headquarters for development meeting. So while the clan chief and the general township were out of their clan, a guy went there with surveyor. So some community members said, no, you can't carry on a survey because the officials, the local government officials are not here. So we can't allow you to do it. So when the clan chief and the general township came, the guy came straight to the court, defying a lawsuit, issue a writ. So the lady who was one of the associate magistrate told the sheriff, say, let the clan chief and the general township sign for the 11 person. So the two chiefs refused. Say, but we don't know the 11 person. We were not here when the incident occurred. How will we sign? So she told the sheriff, okay, brother, bring them for conference. The moment they got out of the court, she ordered them to go to jail. While the people are in jail, they spent 2 days, 2 nights in jail. She issued them a writ. The writ was not signed. There was no date on the writ. Even the stopping area magistrate signature is not on the writ. So when we called the stopping area magistrate, he said, well, the writ, I don't know about the writ. I don't even know how the writ left the court. That lady got angry. She sent sheriff and 2 DA officers to come and arrest Kesselly from the institution that if he interfere into judiciary matter. As we speak, my boss is in know that complaint. The complaint right now is at the Temple of Justice with the Chief Justice. We file in that complaint. So people feel that once they got power, they want to use that power any other way in the country. They don't even respect the common man. Why will you put somebody in jail, the person in jail? Even the race issue, the two chiefs, their name is not on the rate. Only a few charges there, terroristic threat, there's all the condom, all kinds of things you put there. But the two chiefs' name are not on the rate. The rate, there is no date. It's not signed by the stopping our magistrate. So the issue of rule of law in the country, Mr. Kane, is terrible. So when day break, you pray to God, you do your normal activity. At the end of the day, when you see the evening, you go to bed, you sleep. Because one way or the other, somebody can just fight to just tempt you. When you get into it, somebody who got power, maybe they call their brother or somebody that relative who are in government to carry you somewhere. So the rule of law in the country, Mr. Kane, I don't think that it will face.
Wow. Mom, welcome.
What's up, guys? What's up to the listening audience? Today is Friday, especially the SKTV show. And you must, for the SKTV supporter and stakeholder, know my offering basket will be passing around today. And we got one of our brothers who birthday is today, the one who usually make up all the posts, most of the written communication on the SKTV main page. It's his birthday today, so we will be appealing to you to chime in with our little brother for the hard work. So, but Seku, I mean, it's good to be alive. Another day, Friday. I hope you prayed today. You went to the mosque today?
No, in that time, yeah.
In time, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 2 hours behind me. I forgot. It's one. It's one.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock right now.
It's 11 o'clock on my end. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah, my man. But thank you so much, Monk, and thank you, Lawrence. Anyway, to Saros, you said you check my inbox. I checked both Facebook and WhatsApp. I didn't see anything, so you need to check your stuff. But maybe you wrote something but you didn't click send. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to Abraham. Abraham Colley, that's his name. Abraham been with us for a minute. Longer than a lot of other people with us right now. So Abraham been around, and he's not like the type of everyday camera person, but he always posting information, news, and a lot of things on the page. But I'm suspecting that most of our people are not sharing the show as they used to, which is unfortunate.
We keep telling them when you come on SKTV, the first thing you do before you start watching, just share the link. It's just a few clicks. I mean, like I share this show to like 7 or 8 discussion groups every day before I can even log on. That's the first thing. Just comment, share, and like. I mean, like, come on, man. It's easy. Just do it.
Yeah. I think Seku is here. Seku Kroma, my brother, welcome. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. I'm all right by the special grace of God.
That's great. You look sharp tonight. You look this evening. It looks like you and the new superintendent kind of facing things, because yeah, because the way the superintendent take you away from all for a few days, and then now looking all sharp, looking all happy and everything. So what's going on in Graduate, my brother?
Nothing much. Everything is okay. The superintendent had this peace conference for 2 days. People who protested over the time that they didn't want him in Grand Jide, he tried to meet with them to know actually why they were protesting. But then later he got to know that he made a statement on ELBC that there was something in Grand Jide before, and it was called Gaitibli. Those days, people used to get missing. If that thing carry you, sometimes people don't see you again. So because of that, people, said that, he confirmed that it was that particular thing that took away, one Alfred Duno who was working with NEC here. And he got missing sometimes back in 2021. And up to now, he have not been seen. So they used that also against him for that statement. And something like about educational fraud. So it has been a very serious tension, ups and down, in Grand Jide. But yes, he clarified why he said the statement he made. He defined the way he made the statement, how he intended to use the statement.
We will be linking our team to.
Me bumper.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so good. We already joining our team. So if you there, please. Yes.
Being miscalculated. But everything is okay now. The
Good.
traditional council.
Yeah. So
the-
thank.
Go ahead, Steko. Go ahead, Steko. I think maybe he's not hearing you, so he's just talking.
the traditional council and the rest of the people, they've agreed to work with him. And one of the serious challenges he has right now is to unite the youth. For the last 6 years under George Weah's administration, the young people in Grand Jide County don't have a leader. So one of the serious challenge right now he has. Yeah, but everything is stable here. The place is peaceful. Thank God for Grand Jide right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank God. That's good. We look forward to actually having time to speak to the new superintendent. Whenever he's available, talk to him and let him know that SKT want to have a conversation with him about not actually reigniting the history, but to talk to him about what are some of the plans he has for the country and what can he do to move the country forward development-wise, and what are some of the visions. It's okay that we talk to him. But yes, Melbourne, welcome. How you doing?
Thank you, Seku, and let me say thank to my brother, Seku called me on today. Lawrence, what's up? President Monk, what's up? What going on? Indeed, I'm great. Thank God for life, and the people asking as to how come they was just joke. Indeed, you're right. Sometimes, maybe Seku, don't laugh. We laugh and I get problem with you. So, yes, sometimes there's some programs, sometimes interrupt the network and so on. But I'm great. Thank God for life, and I'm moving very strong. Let me say thank you so much, Seku, and I'm very surprised for how be it. Thank God for life, and we're moving very strong.
That's the most important thing in life.
You see a bit surprised. Surprised about what? What's going on?
Yeah, good. So I'm a little bit surprised because why? Our entire government, because when the president is out of the country, that means the president is on maybe the country that the president will be visiting. That means the people on the side or the Liberians on our side, they should be filling us in with some of the information.
Updates, right?
So I
Yeah,
was thinking that President Mark, Steve, and you should be facing with the day-to-day activities. But unfortunately, that thing. So I bet I'm a little bit surprised.
Oh, you want to update?
Indeed.
So the man accusing her openly, he's saying that you talking anything. The man is saying that we're not paying attention. When the president
Yes.
is country, we're supposed to be feeding them. We allow it.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's true. But we actually criticize the president for not having, enough people already there with from the media. We believe every major media outlet, especially the notable ones, are supposed to be with the president. When the president on the trip like these, they always have all the media personnel with them. That some will carry some of the information live, some will carry later, but the country can be updated periodically. So when we saw the names of people, we said, they're supposed to have a lot of media people on there. And then the result, what they did, they added the deputy minister for Press and Public Affairs at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, Anthony V. Kessely. And they also added Kula Fofana, who is, let me take this call 1 minute, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. It's important.
All right, so good. Thank you. So to President Mark.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, good. All right, good. Yeah, so we're getting that information coming from the asset recovery team that Emmanuel Gongwe of the EFF finally resigned from the asset recovery team. So that, in fact, that's the latest information that we got it from Liberia. So I don't know whether you people are informed of the information or my brother Sheku Esco. We talked not too long, but I don't know whether you informed about this information. But how be it?
I'm
Sheku,
aware. I'm aware
okay,
about.
you are aware.
Yeah, I saw a few minutes ago on the social media that he resigned.
And the reason he told you, or he said to the public, the reason why he resigned.
As a recovery team, I got that information.
So I'm back, gentlemen. So remember you saying that Emmanuel Gonkwe?
Yep, from the economic
Yes, indeed, Emmanuel Gongwe of the Economic Freedom Fighter has finally resigned from the asset recovery team.
So the asset
So
recovery
thank
team-
God that my brother or my colleague Sheku Kurman said in fact he informed and is aware of the information.
So yeah, so I didn't even know that. I didn't even know whether the asset recovery team stay as is. I didn't know that. I thought they already gone. So it feels like Emmanuel Gonkwe seeing the thing like no he no tea. Let me not just be there.
It's a waste of time. Everything gonna die on natural death. The audit will die on natural death. The asset recovery will die on natural death. The payroll integration will die on natural death. We call this thing electoral exuberance. When you don't have a vision, you take power, you pretend like you get a work going on, but in fact, they call it basically doing nothing because you don't have a particular plan in the goal. So over time, everything gonna die on natural death. We said it on SKTV. If Joseph Boaga is serious about asset recovery, there is a systemic approach. There is an international standard that you use. The same way you can do war crimes code and how you recover asset. It's one of the most difficult things you can do because it's mostly done in a court, through court processes. But unfortunately, in Liberia, people just like to go with the optics, and that's what they were trying to show. So, Emmanuel Gongwe resignation is nothing new. It was expected. So, I mean, it's something.
So
that's serious.
Thank you, Monk. And the reason why I asked this question, I was the very first person when I wrote on my page that this whole, I think from the look of things, from the way I went through all the whole asset recovery stuff, I said it was a joke. And I was attacked. Remember that, right? I was attacked I was called names and everything about my stand on the asset recovery, and then only to find out that asset recovery was actually a joke. I saw the same Emmanuel Conquer that were there arresting people taxi, and saying that maybe maybe based on maybe they feel like she is. I mean, she stole a lot of money from the people, from the black people, and then they bought a taxi with it. They make kind of like they try to make the whole country shame, but they made themselves shame. And the president also has that on his record. Those are some of the things that making Liberian people to feel like Joseph Boakai was not ready. And as it stands right now, the so-called 100-day still remain a challenge. The 100-day came and passed. I don't know the other part of the 100-day we're spending it now in the United States, doing nothing. Some of them, here feel like having conversation or meeting with Unity Party people or Liberians who are eager to see the president, they consider it as achievement. What we didn't see with Joseph with George Weah. What we did not see with George Weah, the level of excitement, the number of meetings, the party. That time, in fact, people used to go to George Weah, to go and protest. But the number of excitement, the level of excitement from the George Weah people used to overshadow those that were protesting against George Weah. With Joseph Boakai, nobody protesting. Everybody just giving them, chance to perform. But to see Joseph Boakai taking a group of people to the United States and they are doing nothing. Yesterday, the people get angry with us because we give them the truth about the trip here. And all we have been seeing to respond to Melbourne is that Joseph Boakai is traveling in the United States. This is not the first time. He came when he was just elected before being inaugurated. Don't expect much. And SKTV is not saying much because there's nothing going on. When Joseph Boakai went to Dallas, we saw the Executive Mansion Facebook page carrying some stuff on there, several times. But from what you have seen, what are the tangibles? What are the important things you have seen from the government? Government will be reporting to the Liberian people to tell people how well they are doing and some of the achievements, some of the good things that they are carrying on. But the only thing you saw was people sitting on the floor. Ministers and press secretary sitting on the floor. That's all we saw. No update. But again, nothing there to report, Melbourne, as of yet. If there's something important to share with Liberian people, we would definitely do so. But I can tell you, there's nothing. Maybe there will be something later on to report because we're following every step of the government. But if they continue to televise, their movement and share with the Liberian people, definitely we will not say anything. We'll keep listening, we'll keep watching. If we hear something or see something of material important, we'll definitely talk about it. So,
Okay, so yeah. So quickly before we, or maybe before you transition, I have the question for you. So I want to ask you this question: do you see, from what you just say or you have said to the Liberian people, do you see that as a failure, maybe on the part of the rescue team, or maybe you want to hold your peace for now and observe until otherwise order?
personally, I would not say failure at this point because the process is still ongoing. You can only rate something when you see, especially when they have concluded their trip, then we can give them something, whether failure or success. They will say like the devil is in the detail. We don't know yet. We don't know what is in there. We don't know what they are doing. Substantive why I believe they are here, but like we said yesterday, I think bringing all of those people that are here for doing nothing, that is a wasteful spending. Um, some of the people then that came that they were not necessary, but they did it. Like I said, the Minister of Information should have been enough in terms of uh, people from the ministry, people from the information area, but bringing in Anthony Kesseley, Deputy Minister for Press Public Affairs, at the same time having Minister of Information proper, and then Kula Fufana, those two were not necessary. They should have left those people there, and at least bring people from non-governmental uh, networks, or at least better yet, ELBC. ELBC, you know, is a major government information network that's supposed to be with the president every step of the way. Because abroad right now we don't have actually stable. I'm not sure we don't have a stable TV station or TV program, that carries everything that we actually look up to for news in for the government side. So if you look at Liberia, I'm not going to call any network news so they will not feel like maybe I'm promoting them or demoting them. There are network in Liberia that's supposed to be a part of the presidential press pool. When the president is traveling, those will travel at the expense of the government to go and bring the information to the Liberian people. But the people know they got nothing there to report. They got nothing tangible that are going to be really beneficiary to the Liberian people. They will not do anything. So yes, I will not call it failure or success as of now, but I know they brought the other people that are needed. So we'll keep following and keep listening and see what happens. So my question to all of you, we say, where are we, as a nation, Liberia? From all indication, where do you think we are headed, Sekou Kruma?
From our indication, in terms of what, with the Barkai's administration?
Where do you think the country is headed under President Joseph Juma Boakai at this point?
I,
Since
I always,
we are more than 100 days in power now.
I
Where are we?
always told you, I always told you this, and I'm going to maintain it. The story is going to change very soon. Anyone getting into that seat as a president, nobody go to school to become a president. No. Anybody getting into that seat to become a president, it would take you few days, few weeks, few months to understand the arms of government, to be able to work with them. Someone will say, but Joseph Boakai has been in government for over 42 years. Being a civil servant, being a minister, being a vice president is quite different of being a president. The president makes major decisions or take major decisions. He drives the boat to where he or she wants the boat to go. So if you are vice president, there are many things that the president even attain that you, the vice president, don't know about because you just a helping arm to the president. Where the president is now, Jeremiah Kuhn is not there. There are places, there are meetings, there are executive meetings, there are executive orders that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf passed yesterday. Joseph Boakai was never in the picture. He was just there, oh yes, go and do this, go and represent me. So now that Joseph Boakai is there, look, every single president that took over in this country made their own mistake until they understood what it meant to be president. Joseph Boakai, the boat is rocking, but you will get to understand this boat will move in the right direction when this entire process is being really understood. And we just gone 4 months. Take it from me, after 6 months, you will start to understand. You will know that the government is moving in the direction. But until then, there'll still be some rock and roll and issues because people feel that the whole president thing is just, yes, since I can control my home, since I can control a whole institution, I can control a country. This is not how it is. But the man will understand it, and it's very close to understanding what it means to be a president, and he will understand the various arms of government. In short, under Joseph Boakai's administration, I see major wonderful prospect, and Liberia will boast of its economic and major development. That's what I see.
Thank you too much. I'm glad that you are saying that Joseph Boakai is getting to understand what it takes to be president. We thought we already knew what it takes to be president, but the fact that the man is still learning, I don't know where Labrador will go. The fact that Joseph Boakai will get to understand how to be president, and Joseph Boakai is supposed to be the most experienced, the most knowledgeable, and the most, I would say the oldest, not only the most knowledgeable, the most experienced, but the oldest with all the vision and understanding, and also former vice president. I like the fact that you say he will understand what it is to be president. So the fact that Joseph Boakai does not even know yet what it is to be president, this is a learning period. We'll take that face value. Lawrence, what do you think? Where are we?
Mr. Kane, everywhere we go, people will always say, stay soon for the government. Even the older people would tell us, Jeremiah, stay soon. That give the government some time. But from all indication, we're still watching to see, but there's some losses along the road. People not actually expected to have been like this. Everybody felt the moment Mr. Boakai is elected as president, President Boakai, thing will just change because of what people said during the campaign, their experience. In fact, he himself said he was an old car park. The only time you will know the car can speed until you put it on the road. But one is parking, you don't know. So we're still watching to see what happened in a couple of months. Maybe from now to July, August, September, everything will change. But where we are right now, it's not easy, Mr. Kane. It's tough. But we're managing, trying to face things.
Wow. Thank you so much. Melbourne step up. So I want Mount to close this particular segment, but Melbourne just took a leave. Monk, so what's going on, my brother? Where are we?
When it comes to Liberia, I have a different approach. I don't limit the progress of Liberia to Joseph Boakai alone. I understand there are fundamental challenges that plague that nation for more than a century. But one thing I understand is, and Sekou says something profound, Joseph Boakai was elected on certain attributes. And the closest you can come to the presidency is the vice presidency. A vice president means only a president waiting, you just one step away. So technically, a vice president is also a president. Only thing at that time, he's not serving that capacity. That's the closest you can come. Nobody went to school for the presidency, but there are jobs in life that you will do that will prepare you for the presidency. If Joseph Boakai is still learning on the job and he will require a term after 40 or more years, which is almost half a lifetime, then I really don't know. You see, it was the same thing that happened with the previous administration when people were trying to put their emotion on the head of logic with the same thing about Georgia presidency. And you will be surprised to see some of our brothers here that live in this Western world that understand why it takes to build a society. They were defending. At the end of the day, the last report that came from the World Bank said that our people live in absolute poverty, that they are worse off than the previous 6 years. So we mean Georgia's entire presidency was a waste. I'm not expecting, maybe in terms of performance, I will keep saying it. For me, I don't change my position on issue. Maybe Joseph Boakai will be a little bit better than a George Weah. But Joseph Boakai doesn't have what it takes to fundamentally change the prospect of Liberia. Whether we give him 10 years, whether we give him 6 years, I know at the end of the day, when we say, did Liberia make progress in this particular area, he will not be the one to do that. Because let me tell you something. I like to use football analogy because everybody in Liberia understands football, at least the basic. Second, it's like you're going to meet Real Madrid in the Champions League, one of the most formidable opponents in world football. And you promise your fan that you can beat Madrid. So they say, Sekou, go and draw your team. They're going to play against Madrid. If you cannot even draw your own team, you expect me to believe at the end of the day you'll beat Real Madrid?
No.
You're telling your fans and your supporters that I am going to this competition to beat Real Madrid. So they say, okay, go put your team together. Just draw the team. So at least you can have an idea as to what you are going to do. If you are struggling to draw your own team, how do you want me to expect that at the end of the day you are capable of beating Real Madrid? It's the same thing that's happening. Now you're hearing the asset recovery. We talk about the asset recovery here. We talk about the whole thing about across the board audit. We talk about the central bank issue, the bankers bank, the central bank. The central bank is the bankers bank. They call it the lender of last resort in economy. When everything else fails, when the entire banking system fails, it's the central bank people look up to. Up to now, you cannot even settle the discrepancy between what the previous government left versus what you inherited. Look, you can do your wishful thinking all you want. I know at the end of the day, this is another 6 years that we roll the dice on. That may be, but like I said, hope is not a strategy. I know fundamentally, I live in the Western world. I'm seeing countries that are making progress. I'm watching what they do to get the result they are getting. I monitor Liberia's situation, whether it's the economic issue, whether it's about healthcare, whether it's about infrastructure. At the end of the day, it will be the same roll of a dice. So I'm not counting on Joseph Boakai to do anything fundamentally different than things that have been done before. That's my position.
Yeah, Sekou being very consistent about Sekou Kroma being very consistent about what he actually believes of this government. The last time he said, he made similar analogy when he said, like a GNB was was a Paka under Ellen government. He was not the president, and they just took the car, they put the car on the road, and they are doing maintenance on the car while the car is moving. And he will get there. So it means that Joseph Boakai is learning on the job. Joseph Boakai is, it's going to change. Based on his analogy, it means that Joseph Boakai was not ready, because the reason why they say getting ready on day one is not that you've been president before, but it means that when you say I'm running to be president, you should already know what to do on day one. You have the rightful people with the requisite experience and knowledge how to move things forward. And if I take Monk's analogy for short, the circle analogy, let's say you're going to play against Real Madrid of the football world. And then they provide you the list of all the players in the whole world to make a selection. But for you to be able to get formulate 22 players or maybe 16 players of a team, you start to struggle with all the players in the world. Besides Real Madrid, but you confused. You can't even find a good goalkeeper. You can't find a good striker around the whole world. Then you take Melbourne, that we never Melbourne that we never know of Melbourne being any
Yeah, to come this struggle.
to come be the major striker that will score on Real Madrid. And then you go take Sekou Kene. You know, me on the team that I used to say I used to play. I used to play there. You can't take me. Leave you all the right people there, rightful people there. You expect that team to win against Madrid, it will be tough. So I like my brother Sekou's, his analogy every time what he said. This other guy will get it, This other guy still learning. It will take time. And when he even said that this other guy, that car that was parked and they jumped into the car and put it on the road without maintenance. that sums up everything. That means the other guy is there facing things while the car is moving. That means that car is not even safe.
The car safe.
Yeah, but how you say you took the car from the from the garage, you put on the road and you're facing it on the way you're going.
No, the car safe. They got plenty garages. They got professional people there.
On the road.
And those garages.
So how many times you the car to stop before
professional
you
mechanic.
No,
those garages, you're one of the professional mechanic.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, let me know on face it. But how many times the car will stop before we got to the destination?
Those garages, you're one of the professional mechanic or other media outlets who are a little bit hot on the government. It's not that they're against the government. I can tell anybody. Every time you find out that a media institution or you got people who are hating you hard, it means they want you to do the right thing. And if you take these people, you take those people who are hating you hard as enemy, you are messing yourself up in your government. Because people who normally come to you to tell you everything is okay, they are just praise singers. People who criticize you, they get the information about people you have appointed who are not working, and every time they mess up, the blame goes to you. So Boakai and his, right. If Joe Boakai and the people cannot listen to SKTV show, let them listen. Because SKTV will come and criticize. But every time they criticize, they got a point to criticize. So if they say this person is not doing well and the blame goes to Joseph Boakai should send people in there immediately and know what is going on. Because they got other people who they, the papier good, the papier this, the papier that, the papier that. So, look, bravo to you guys. On a very serious note, you are one of the professional mechanics. Every time you punch, that you see the tire not okay. When you go to look, they will fix that tire, and that tire will be very good. Every time you punch, you find out that the other tire not okay. They will go there. They say, "Oh, they buy tire, it's not okay." That makes all the tire moving. They will be doing it in the next 6-7 months. When that car sit down, they speed the car with to run. You will be asking what happening because you mechanic.
Okay, so quickly. Hold on. I will go to you. Just hold on. Okay.
So because you are doing well to fix this car, and we're moving away.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe before you go, we call you. Actually your time to speak when you left. I don't know. You still facing things over there. So I want to welcome Steve. Steve, welcome. And then we'll go to Melbourne and we'll go to Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. It's good to be here. Sorry for the lateness. But I always elaborate for the most important people on earth. And most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. I see Sheku Koma putting it the other way because I'm talking about woman business. But you will be fine, you balance. And you balance, chief. I see my boy Lauren happy and nothing. So I say Liberian women below it. They're happy. Cheetah, hey there.
So it's fine in Memphis, eh?
I see it. The
next
thing. Look,
you know the person that led that women, the women being the most beautiful people, the men. That's
Sarah money la bro me the most beautiful. Yeah.
Our manager in La Brother, the man when he say La Brother with me the most beautiful. The man when he's smiling.
Yeah, you can see him smiling.
Too. Yeah. Well, anyway, Melbourne, what's your take? I know you've been following everything. It was your time to say something. So where are we?
Good. Thank you, Seku. And let me say thanks to all of you, and thanks to my brother, Seku. Even though we're chatting, we're the same. And thanks to Lawrence and that of Saras, aka Visioner Monk, and that of my brother, Steve. Even though Mose, I will, in fact, calling him not too long here and that of Visioner Monk. But howbeit, indeed, there are so many things. That happening, and where are we as nation? And let me be frank, I will tell you for free that in fact we are nowhere. For me, maybe Segu will say or Sheku will say we're going somewhere, but I will tell you that for free that we are nowhere. Because the reason why is that when it comes to the rule of law, we are nowhere. When it comes to corruption, we are nowhere. When it comes to policy, we are nowhere. When it comes to development, we are nowhere. So where are we as people? That means we are nowhere. So indeed, we don't manage as people because why? We have life in us, and whether you like it or not, like not too long, I was sitting somewhere, and we're talking about the breath of life. We're gonna live. Like President Mo would say, President Mo was asking us, maybe what happening? I needed to tell him as to because I know in fact he's a health worker. So I'm almost telling something, but because I know sometimes something they are something that think that you cannot keep being the same. So I said no, nothing going on, my brother. I'm okay, everything fine. But indeed, we are nowhere. Liberia is nowhere. Look, let me frank. Like someone said yesterday on the show that we need close to $1 billion to make, to develop the country. And the person was right. But one thing is that since the war, all of the leaders that we bring or maybe into power, let's say that we also or maybe give opportunity to serve us. Like for example, let me be frank. We get all the educated people from 2006, all of the people that served in the first tenure of the former president Manuel Energy said they were all doctor degree holder. But where are we today? We're nowhere. So I think something wrong with us, Steve, Seku, and the President Monk and our team. Something seriously wrong with us as people. But we are nowhere. Nowhere. Let no one fool you. Security wise, we are nowhere. Internet, we are nowhere. Communication, or maybe how you may call it, can you imagine? I'm able cooler. I will maybe recharge. Like for example, $1 into my phone. And maybe for example, the internet provider will tell me that maybe you are, or if you are giving 1.5 gigabyte, and the 1.5 gigabyte will last for 24 hours. Even if there are no electricity, when my phone is off or was off, my brother, or to all of you there, I will not enjoy that or service. And by the time the time reaches, I'll be off of the internet. That's not the country that we're in. So we are nowhere. To be frank, we are nowhere. Thank God that we have life to live and we are all living, but we are nowhere. Seku, Steve, and that business Mark, and Sheku, and my brother Lawrence, but we are nowhere, yeah?
Okay, we are nowhere. I've been listening to the conversation while I was driving. I've been listening very, very carefully and very keenly. And I want to start off my point by referring to some things that me and Monk spoke about. We spoke last night, lengthily, Monk and I. We talk about a lot of social issues, a lot of different things. Normally, we catch up and just talk. And we talk early this morning. I'm talking about that time, maybe your time, your brother, after 4, 5, where some of you were sleeping or you were getting ready to hit the traffic to move on. Let me start this by saying, I want to be very honest, and this has nothing to do with politics, that as Sean, and as a people, we're getting feedback. We are nowhere. I think that's Melbourne. We are nowhere. Like Melbourne said, let me agree with Melbourne. Let me say, I won't say in the simplest of form. We are nowhere. Please, those of you listening on the radio, don't say we're wishing the country bad. Don't say we buy more in the country. I want you to think about your life. For those of you who, whether you follow CDC or you follow Ellen Johnson said it, think about your life and the life of your children. How has your life improved since 2005? Since 2011, the other election, 2017? No. And the reason is simple, especially in most recent time. We continue to elect and select people who are nowhere, and we think we'll go somewhere. Your leader is a representation of you. Let me tell you today. I'll give you a typical example. Let me give you a typical example. I know CDC and we'll get there. Joe, we are entire career. Joe, we are entire life, like you play football. In your entire life. Joe, we have never played for 15 million. Yeah. I won't challenge Joe. I won't challenge CDCs. He never played for 15 million United States dollars. Joe, we have never seen that kind of money before. He never played for that kind of money in his entire career. Joe was as broke as anything that Liberian politics rescued him. That Liberian politics resuscitated Joe life. We take him, we made him president. We saw people who were successful, who were on the right path doing something. We made Joe president and he said, Joe, will make your life better. You are not serious. You are not serious. So anything that has to do with seriousness will not impact your life. I'm being very serious. You take people who are dining and wanting in poverty, and you bring them to power and make them rich, and instead of they will change your life. You're not ready yet. You are not serious. A man who cannot afford for himself, a man who was gappy and hungry, you think you made him president, and you say he will change the country, he will change your life. You on your own.
You say what? 80 million.
Yeah, you pass around, laugh for him, say he worth 80 million. You sang song for him that he worth 80 million. I see grown men and women defended that foolishness, that lie to the core. Here we are today. But let's move forward. Because Joe, we had a history. That was 6 years ago. Joseph Boakai, who you made president. Joseph Boakai, who you stood in the ring and the sun for. Joseph Boakai, who you sang song for, because some of you are addicted to poverty. You are addicted to remaining behind, and you are addicted to retrogressing. The Joseph Boakai that you made president. Let's lay Joseph Boakai profile on first. Joseph Boakai came on national radio and told the world that he's living on loan. And I see a bunch of confused people talking about Joseph living on loan does not mean that Joseph Boakai never have money. Like in your dialect, he doesn't have money. How you interpret it in your tribe or in your dialect. But we can understand English when somebody say they're living on loan, it means they get money. That's what I mean in simple English. Joseph Boakai came to the world and told the world that he doesn't have anything. He broke. Okay, no problem. Another thing you did. Joseph Boakai told you that he got pacemaker. He's not healthy. Don't make excuses around that one. Another thing you did. Joseph Boakai, his age is still disputed whether he's more than 80 or 70 now, whatever. That one is business. Anybody can change their age when they want to do it. But I know reality can always catch up with you if you change your age. You take a 79-year-old man who is broke, living on loan, not healthy. You say you were many president, you will change the country. Okay, let's move forward. In the whole Joseph Boakai thing here. Joseph Boakai served for 12 years, vice president. Joseph Boakai could not even have contact when he was in the opposition, when he came to America. He had to be passing with going behind Costa. When Costa go call here, when talking yourself with disrespectful. Joseph Boakai does not have hair on his head. He go sit down in the power shop and say, he going to call his hair. Does that make any sense to you? Joseph, look at the person our current. Look, we are a disaster to ourselves. We are not fair and serious to ourselves. And we think God will play miracle and save Liberia. Joseph Boakai came to America. The photos are there. Maybe one second can you show the picture? The photos are there. Joseph Boakai, there's a market in Philadelphia, Southwest Philly, called Waterside. Joseph Boakai passing behind Costa in that market with black plastic bag. Your main president. Look, let me tell you something. When you now serve at the level that Joseph Boakai did not serve, you build contacts. You have relationships. You tell which one the contact Joseph Boakai get in Washington, D.C. If they're not American, then Ellen Johnson selling them. American. Not American, not come to them. You see how they're looking at a dead belly saying on the floor? Ain't American not come with them? Whether you like American or not, yes, we'll criticize American when the time comes. But the American brought in a few days, small light show on it. Joseph Boakai, 12 years as vice president, could not even cultivate, develop, or maintain a relationship with other diplomats that he met. And you're telling me say that they want to come and save Liberia? You see, we're not going nowhere because of our choices. We're not going nowhere because of the decisions that we make. And there is no God being inside. There is no wish being inside. There is no swear. There is just pure stupidity. You can't mix stupidity with reality. And you can't substitute them. You can't make a poor decision and say you went and pray for that decision to change. No. What you need to do, you need to come to terms with reality and make a resounding decision. We have options in our country. We have people with relevant contacts and stuff. You're telling me the contact of Joseph Boakai saying you were vice president for 12 years. You're sure it. You're sure it. You're sure it. A Kosovo, I know Kosovo or Kosovo president. At the contact in get. At the contact in get. So we brought this shame and this disgrace to ourselves. We have always settled for less. We have always settled for less and made excuses for not shooting for the sky or for the star or for wherever. While our friends are thinking big, we are thinking myopically, we are thinking in a way that is we just stagnant in our thought process. We are stagnant. We see people who progress, we get jealous of them, we get intimidated by them, we create all kind of excuses around them for us to not do the right thing. Who told you development will come to Liberia or change will come to Liberia or people will come to invest in Liberia? Who told you they will come there because Liberia get anything to sell? First of all, you didn't even get stable electricity. What you get to provide? What you get to talk about? What you get to break on? What do you get? To tell me say you get iron ore, you get Wodogisi Mountain? That's scam. Who now come there and do any kind of stuff and say so, there is this mineral in Wodogisi Mountain? Have they done any kind of research? Any kind of feasibility studies? There's any documentation to prove that there is this mineral in Wodogisi Mountain? Let's start passing around with a wishful thinking. This wishful thinking is not carried on anywhere. And that's where we've been. And when we open the land, guess what? You will have a bunch of people that will come and make excuses and defend. So I will keep saying this to all of us. We got ourselves right here. And God will not take us from this because God is not in foolishness business. No, God is not in that business. We have to wake up and come to terms with reality. And if we elected Joseph Yuma Boakai and we see he's not on the right trajectory, it is our constitutional and God-given right to criticize him and to bring him on track and to tell him to do the right thing. There is nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that we hate him. It doesn't mean we hate the Unity Party. Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party must live up to the promises they made to the Liberian people. You know, yesterday I got a call. And Escape TV, you know, when we get information, we like to authenticate the information. One of Joseph Yuma Boakai's promises that he made to the Liberian people, apart from his failed inability to even establish any kind of diplomatic relationships for 12 years, you think when you become president and when you can establish diplomatic relationship, people got to know you. Let me tell you today, people got to know you. Let me say this, people got to know you. You got to have some kind of repetition out there. You have to. I will say it again, you have to. Like I will say, I will remind you, we told you during the election, we told you during the campaign, I will remind you, when Joseph Boakai came and he was in a basement, it showed that Joseph Boakai had nothing. He's a zero man. He got nothing to offer. We told you. You never listen. And you think the country will go forward because Jesus will leave his work in heaven to come down to us repeating the same thing over and over and over, years after generation. You think God got time for that? You're wasting your own time. Just yesterday, I asked information. Just yesterday.
Yes.
We got some information on SKTV about the Monrovia City Corporation. Maybe I think that let me say this part, then maybe we can have some reaction and get to the lines. We got some information about the Monrovia City Corporation. And we're informed on SKTV that the Monrovia City Corporation has been 7 months. 7 months from what we are told. And again, these are alleged informations. We are yet 100% authenticated. Allegedly 7 months. They have not received their pay. Workers there have not received their pay. When they threaten to protest, they threaten them that they will lose their job if they come outside to protest. Another thing again that is on there, they're not paying the people, but they're saying if you come to work late, for each day you are late, they will take $6 from your pay. But you never pay them for 7 more. How do you expect them to transport themselves? This is, look, we are definitely following up on SKTV to get the documentations in our hands. Again, this is alleged. We call on the new mayor. We call on the Liberian government. We're saying it. We're working on getting the documents to authenticate it. Once we can authenticate those facts, we'll be on here on that case because appeal torture is inhumane and it's not the right thing to do. And the excuses they're giving the people, allegedly, Joe we hadn't never left any money there. And you know, and the government right now we're struggling, and you know them pass the budget, yeah. Listen. The Unity Party and Joseph Boakai knew exactly what they were getting into. The word knew exactly what was happening. Nobody that ran in that election in 2023 was blind, was deaf, or could not read or write. On SKTV, when we spoke to the different candidates, those that did appear, we asked them about the budget, we asked them about the deficit, we asked them about how much Liberia is getting in terms of, you know, our debt is going up. We told them it was going to be in the billions. What are the strategies? What do they intend to do? We told them that the country was a total mess. They're aware. So all those excuses, we don't want them. You say you could rescue and do the work for the country. We want you to deliver. On the record, Joseph Boakai has no contact. Let me say it again. Joseph Boakai has no contact, zero contact. He contacted in Nigeria as Kenton Witherspoon or confessed criminal that were Costa. And maybe few Liberians that pushing the hour two, that pushing overtime and Tine. That's it. The rest of it are scam. So saying they're not gonna contact internationally, when you go meet a person or meet a thing, that lie. Don't just talk it straight out to you. That lie. No contact my people. So you're on your own. Your father inside and you're just accept it and let we move on. So let's get some reaction quickly. We'll get to the phone. Today we'll open the line. We'll get reaction.
Thank you, Steve. Before we get the reaction,
yes.
Until we change our minds and attitude in Liberia, before Liberia becomes good. Look, let me say this for free. We've just gone 4 months and a half in this government. Liberia problems, it's not today. Liberia got independent 1847. From 1847 up to 1980, tell me what Liberia could boast of. From 1980 to 1989, Doe never had contact in the United States. But Samuel Canyon Doe regime, he built a lot of ministries in Liberia. Despite he was being faced with challenges, including coup d'etat, including the Nimba raid that he got himself involved into. But he had a lot of institutions built and took government from renters building. He never had contact. No. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had contact. She's a Harvard University graduate. But it wasn't because of the contact that Ellen Johnson had that you had all the billions that came to this country. It was because of the war we fought, and we asked the United Nations to come in and help. UN alone was bringing good amount of money during the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration. What we are facing right now, the United Nations was not in Liberia during Ellen Johnson administration, we would have facing more than what you say. Because there were people in Liberia who was making $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 United States dollars. They were not working for government. They were working for United Nations. They use car in this country like representative. They go and park it. That car will be beaten until they go back into the car. The place will still be okay. Today, so many countless of those people, they are not getting the United Nations job. UN is no longer in the country. Everyone has turned to politician. This was the same noise that George Weah should do things and turn it around. Look, Steve, George Manuel Weah could not turn this country around in 6 years in his administration. Joseph Boakai cannot turn this country around in 4 months or 5 months. Let's be realistic. Boakai will do his best, but he will not do more than his best in this country until the next president will come and move on. So what we need to do in this country is to open our eyes.
What is his best? What does that mean?
I was just about to ask the same question.
Joe
Boakai is going to do his best.
What is his best?
No, I come in, my brother.
Okay.
His best in a sense, he doesn't have connections, as you were saying. But Liberia itself has connection with the international world. Liberia itself has connection with the international world. If the legislature sit there, because they are different branch of government, like you said, what you might call him, Americana was the one giving them connection and all these kinds of things. If people have access to connection and they don't want to connect the government for Liberian to benefit, but to say XYZ and XYZ, we all will go in the next 6 years and we'll not see nothing. We'll bring the next president. People who are connected will not also go there because they are all political figures. Because in our country is that if you have the contact and the person you have is not opportune to be president in this country, people step and march on that person because they don't want to give the way. And every time you suppress these president or leaders in the country suffer more because you got company.
So let me ask you this one question. I beg you.
Yeah, for them, come in.
Let me ask you one question. Amara Kone and Joseph Boakai. Amara Kone served as finance minister for a very short period of time. Joseph Boakai served as vice president for 12 years. Which one of them should have contacts? more than a friend. From a diplomatic standpoint.
This is where my brother, you not still get it, and you need to get it. Being a president and being a vice president are two different things. You can never be connected as compared to the driver, you as a cowboy. It's not possible. My boys that are with me, you cannot be connected.
So hello. 1 minute, Sheku. Do you know that our cowboy for one of the boss and I campaign for the current vice president, and in fact I was not recognized by my driver or the car or the bus owner.
Mabel, this is government. Let's look at the government. We will talk and talk and talk. The government is going to do their work. Where they stop, another government will come. But one thing I can assure you, and I'm very optimistic about this, President Boakai's administration is going to do well than other government in this country. I'm still saying this for the fact.
How and when?
As soon as possible. Let's cross 6 months. We see something.
Okay.
You see, it's one of the problem with getting like bro with the whole issue of twisted history, and my brother Shehu Kurman can confuse me most of the time. I will keep saying it on the platform. Sometimes Sekou can get me like off balance. Sekou will tell you that Joseph Boakai is going to succeed, but he will be giving the structural problem that been plaguing Liberia since 1847. So technically, he be saying that for the fact that we've been having a problem, Joseph Boakai won't be able to do it. We mean Joseph Boakai will also be a failure, but he will not say it like that because that's exactly what he be saying. If you're telling me that Joseph Boakai best is yet to come, but equally Sekou want to tell the audience that Liberia been having this structural problem from 1847, meaning it's impossible to solve. So if the problem they are systemic and they are impossible to solve, then you cannot be saying, oh, another hand that Joseph Boakai will succeed, because you are literally saying that other presidents tried before they couldn't get it done. So Joseph Boakai too is also capable of doing what the other president did. And let me get something straight to you, Sekou.
I don't know. Solving all the problems, there are two different things, Mark. Succeeding and solving all the problems, there are two different things. To be successful in moving your administration is different from doing everything that people want you to do.
Sekou Kroma, just a second.
Yes.
I want us to have the conversation like we normally do. When you have your time, you talk. When you're done, when somebody is talking, don't interrupt them until they finish completely.
Oh, okay.
If you have a point to make based on what they're saying, you can ask the moderator, you want to say something, want to add to something that they will do. But once we don't do that on our show, like the way they do on the other show, then we give people a chance to finish. So go ahead.
Sekou, I don't know, maybe I'm not going to say your level of history that you have acquired so far. And it's more of a generational talking point, because that's why people were told that nothing was in Liberia. That country was once a shining city on a hill. We never had skyscraper of Liberia, one of the best countries that people used to leave from other parts of West Africa and Africa to come and seek greener pasture. We have industries in our country. We have manufacturing industry in our country. People were living better life. We had concession agreement. People were able to provide for their family. We had teacher training. We had agricultural project in our country. We were producing tobacco. We were producing shoes, the sugar, the glass. Liberia, even exporting some finished product. So the idea that somehow Liberia never had anything to 1980, it's a myth and a lie. The reason we collapsed, it was because the dude who we put there in 1980, he had no clue as to how to run a society. Because the society, actually, let me tell you something. Samuel Doe came and inherited a plug-and-play system that was already functioning. So that is why, on his watch, within less than 10 years, the entire state collapsed. Because it's the same thing we keep repeating over and over, that somehow nothing was in Liberia. It's the same argument Sedition be making. Oh, you get job, you change, they never had nothing. Who told you Liberia never had nothing? Where you came out with that argument that Liberia never had nothing? Where it came from? So I will keep saying it over and over again. When Joseph Boakai presidency, when it got on the road, we told folks, look, there are certain problems like brother. We don't expect Joseph Boakai to come and perform miracles to walk on water. But there are certain moves that a president can make that will give you an idea that within a 6-year period, you will see progress. We said it. Look, I don't expect Joseph Boakai to build skyscrapers. I don't expect Joseph Boakai to connect all the counties with road. But if you cannot get the basic, the listing, Joseph Boakai on 100 days, you know what he did with his speech? He came with 12 bullet points, which make no sense at all, which is not attainable within 100 days. And when it came time to give her an update of a deliverable, he cut it into half. And when he only cut it into half, he gave her another lecture and another promise, which is like extending to another 100 days or more, because he cannot even give account of the first 100 days. That's why I use that Real Madrid analogy. So for you, you can play the defensive tackle all you want. You can keep playing quarterback for Joseph Boakai, but I know the reality are there, and you understand that fact that you are not satisfied with the first 100 days. Even the Front Page Africa, they came out with an editorial page today making a comparison, and it can pain my heart to hear people making an analysis between Joseph Boakai and George Weah, because I think it's an insult to Joseph Boakai based on his expectation, the length of time he's spending in government. But the vast majority of the correspondents sided with George Weah. So how can you come? Okay, let for argument's sake, let's say that we only have 100 days. But should George Weah be beating Joseph Boakai in 100 days after spending close to half a century in government? I don't think so, my brother, but we'll leave it for the last year.
So before we go to Sekou Kane, let me ask this question to Sekou Kane. Maybe Sekou Kane, before we go to the land, let me ask a question to Sekou Kane. If Sekou Nkrumah is claiming that Liberia problem is an age-old problem and Joseph Boakai can inherit it, and Joseph Boakai worked in government for 42 years, can we also claim that Joseph Boakai is part of the problem? And his inability to even address it shows that, you know, he's just been taking government money and eating government money for free. He never learned anything from government.
Yep. From LPMC to LPRC to agriculture to vice president. So if you're saying that we have an old age problem, then Joseph Boakai was the chief architect of that old age problem. That's what you're technically saying.
And in Doe government, quickly, Mr. Khan, I beg you, before you answer, I beg you, quickly, in Doe government for the record, Joseph Boakai was promoted to sergeant. Joseph Boakai, so he was in Doe government to the PRC. But Sekou is up to you now.
Yeah, so first of all, let me I know Mon talk about people supporting SKTV, so I just want to update that first, and then I'll talk something. We have three people here that donated. One, the guy who always sent $10 to SKTV, he sent $25 today, specifically for Sekou Nkrumah, he says.
Okay.
Say Gongano. Yeah. So yeah, Sekou Nkrumah is attracting some supporters from the Unity Party, which is good. Yeah, and then two other sisters, one gave $20 and $25. So I want to say thank you to those of you who have donated to SKTV, and we appreciate it. So more just to update you, so you will know exactly where we are. So basically, it's 2 + 1. It's all SKTV, because whether it's Sekou Nkrumah, whether it's for birthday, it's for anything, anybody you give something to anybody on SKTV, we appreciate it. You do it because of SKTV. If you're not here, you will not be doing that. Sekou Nkrumah been over there for a while. Sekou Nkrumah had no idea where to find Sekou Nkrumah to give him that money. So Sekou Nkrumah also being here is a good thing. We always want to have diverse opinion and view on issues, and we welcome, we welcome that idea. We ourselves, even those that were here before, we will never be agreeing on everything. But I like the fact that Sekou Nkrumah, I think he's doing well, but he just need more research. You need to do more research and more, and they need to feed him with a lot of information for him to be able to adequately and convincingly, defend this indefensible. Joseph Boakai government, Sekou Nkrumah himself said, if you could going to calculate based on the 100 day, it was a failure. And he said that Joseph Boakai is still learning on the job. That sums up everything.
Yeah.
It means that Joseph Boakai does not know what to do. He does not know what's going on. He's learning. He might get there at some point. So the whole myth about Joseph Boakai, the most experienced person, the most intelligent person, the oldest person,
It's out.
it was just a fiasco. It was just campaign rhetorics, but it had no bearing. So it means that nothing is expected from Joseph Boakai until Joseph Boakai finish learning how to act like a president. Yeah, because he said that very soon Joseph Boakai will
We will
understand.
get it. Yeah, we're hoping now. It's about
We're
hope.
hoping now that Joseph Boakai will learn how to be president. So hopefully this will change, and Joseph Boakai will learn how to be president, and Liberia people, will be rescued, and Liberia will be fine. But I just want to point to something. I don't know, Sekou, whether you have lived in Monrovia or for how long, but when you hear zinc factory, match factory, battery factory, chicken factory, shoe factory, all those factory hearing, they were not just a name, they were functional. I don't know, I can't guess your age, but at least one thing we are not good at in Liberia is history. Most of our good things are not written. We only remember the bad things.
We want to know about the bad things.
So as a result, most of the young people are not informed. A lot of people, their knowledge beyond 1990, you will be laughing at them if you listen to them. But I can tell you, Labra has been good. We know Labra knew what good thing looks like. The reason why many Liberians in the diaspora and most of the older folks can be angry that they want to see a better Liberia, they want to see Liberia rising again, is because they know what it takes to be a country. Liberia used to be like America for many African countries. You see that Nigerians live in Nigeria and coming apply for citizenship of Liberia. There was a reason for that. Do you know how many teachers was in Liberia from Ghana? People coming to apply to be teachers.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people used to travel from Sierra Leone, from Guinea, to come and learn trade and be sending money to their people back home, like we are doing right now from America here too?
Yeah.
Liberia used to be that country. But sometimes if you don't know how good things look like, you have no value for what is good. So many young people in Liberia, they are not informed, and not only that, they have never experienced anything good. Most of them, they were born after 1990 in the midst of the war, and when they were very young too, before the war came. So they saw nothing. They can't remember anything. Their memory is filled with agony.
Yep.
Yes. What happened to them? What happened to them? Some people are still traumatized. So they don't even know good things. So what I can tell you, my friend and brother Sekou, the Boakai government is not responsible for all the things that have been happening in the country. No, it's not. But what I know, there are things that he inherited as a government. But the reason why Joseph Boakai was elected is because all of the compound couplets and all the bad things in the country, everybody that came, they say they can solve the problem. And people say, Joseph Boakai, given the fact that he is the oldest, the most experienced, the most knowledgeable person, somebody who was ever closer to the presidency than anybody else, or Joseph Boakai was going to face all the problems. You already know what's going on. But for you to agree that Joseph Boakai is still learning, how to fix things, how to run a government. Joseph Boakai is still learning. If you're making comparison to all other presidents in the past, that means electing Joseph Boakai will stay a mistake. We are still going to remain in cycle. That's what he's saying directly. That's what Mom said. You confuse him because the comparison you are making from all other presidents, Liberia, then we expect the
That's
same
a narrative. That
that means Joseph Boakai are going to do the same thing. They were going to be in cycle. Another person going to come. If I said that, another person going to come again. You're going to be in the same position. So that means election Joseph Boakai was a failure. It was a failure. That's what you're saying. So in short, we have a long way to go. We don't know how many people, how many Liberians thinking like Sekou thinking. Even though that man is supposed to know better than all the people there because he's a journalist. He's supposed to have information at the fingertip. But in Liberia, we care more about abusing certain people, or sometimes want to be on the other side of certain people regardless, as opposed to being very, very objective on issues. But I can tell you, I love us having these kinds of conversations from different angle. We're all not going to see things the same way. We're all not going to understand it. And if we all do, then somebody's not thinking. If we all think the same way, then that means somebody is not thinking. So I believe Joseph Boakai still have time to right the wrongs. But from the way things going right now, whether it's the appointments, whether it's creating noise on agencies, whether it's a tenure position, whether Joseph Boakai also seen his responsibility to the senators and everything. From all indication, one can deduce that Joseph Boakai's election is a challenge for Liberia, because knowing the fact that Joseph Boakai does not have what it takes, whether his age, whether his health, and based on the performance that he is the one just signing stuff, but he's not making the decision, is clear that Joseph Boakai is not starting on a good note. We can only hope, like Sekou wants us to, but if Liberian people knew that voting for Joseph Boakai we're going to be based on let's hope, let him keep trying until we can get it, then there were a lot of alternatives. They let everybody go because of Joseph Boakai, but Joseph Boakai is still learning, according to Mr. Kumar. Hopefully, Joseph Boakai will learn very soon, so he can start doing the people's job. I mean, the whole idea, everybody that campaign about experience, knowledge, and all the expertise of Joseph Boakai, they all lie to the Liberian people. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kane. Mr. Kumar, do you want to have maybe 30 seconds before we go to the line, or we'll just go straight to the line?
Let's just open the lines.
Yes, okay.
Let's just
let's go to
yeah. Put your calls on 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you this evening. 0881 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Once again, 0881 14.
So, Mr. Kumar, before you take the first call, quickly to you, Mr. Kumar, on SKTV, we voted last night. We can take taxes now when people get money. So we take the tax and what they call it, Melbourne skip that because things were not in order, but we now put things together now.
Let's just make this very clear. I mean, everybody that's contributing directly to me is directly to SKTV. SKTV is not just on Top FM. SKTV is doing well. They are providing the gasoline and they are providing the scratch card, that we're using for internet. So anybody making contribution directly to me I'm so glad that it's coming and it's helping SKTV. It's a bravo to SKTV, and I'm so glad about that. So they're not dividing something. Don't take that
My
for
man
it.
will say,
Let's
I
just
want
send
tax
a gas
again.
and the scratch card will be all right.
Last time we say tax. Yeah, it's smart.
When people take our first call, let's say we'll give her update because hearing that sound, that usual sound on Friday. I'm like,
Yeah, my man.
I swear I say we come out strategic.
Let's
the
take
main
this.
declaration of tax break
Hello.
indirectly.
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
Hello?
Your name, where you call from?
Hello?
Oh my God, what's going on here?
More than the two people that just announced. Oh,
Your name, where you call from?
3 people. That's it.
Let me see quickly what's going on. Keep your calls coming to 081 1435 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you right now. 081 1435 04 0776 105 105. You know, sometimes the network can be crazy. Yeah. People trying to call. Let's take this pricing. Hello?
Good evening, Sekou.
Your name, where you calling from?
Yes, so this is Frank Usman, and I joined from Georgia.
Frank, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yes, so Sekou, let me say things to show you. I think you are doing your best, even though you are not the official spokesperson for the Unity Party, but I think you are doing your best. This is why people are contributing to you towards your effort.
Okay.
So let me say this to SKTV. A few years ago during the election, we listened to them saying things about Joseph Boga. Joseph Boga is here, Joseph Boga is that. You will not move forward, you will not move forward. At the end, the Liberia people voted the women massively and gave the person who they were preaching, who cannot win their own district, that is Zana Kume, Caesar knows, who cannot win their own district, telling the Liberian people to elect. Today, the report is Zana Kume in a race, I will beat you flat. Who cannot win their own district that the man is telling us to elect. So let me say this to Steve. We have gone 4 months in Joseph Boga administration. The level 6 or 5 years or most. And I just got we have spent time for the next 6 years to come in. Joseph Boga will work according to the will and pleasure of the people of Steve or whosoever is still is criticizing the government.
Thank you so much. Let's take another person. Hello.
Hello,
Your name, where you calling from?
this is Paul Sousa. I call from Dupo Road.
Paul, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. The government, they will go through difficulties in the sense that when they were in opposition, anything that President Weah do, they criticize it. They say it bad. And now they get into power. All of the things they promised, they are so fiasco. This is a government that first time in history, we never had armed forces there. And there are a lot of things that have been going on. Could you imagine this government can take a decision without even thinking? Before you take a decision, you have to think twice. You can retrospect. Just yesterday, motorcycle was able to win there again because they never think and they started putting stuff to motorcycle that starting from now to the 15th. No motor will ride on the main road. And after when tension started coming to them, then they were able to change their decision. Even it started from the asset recovering thing. Anything that they put a hand in, it can be successful. Because when their friends were in power, they were praying for evil things.
Okay.
So the evil that they were praying for, it coming back to them. So that's my point.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take another person. Good evening.
Yeah, brother.
Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Robert Bakoya, calling from 73 Bagel Avenue.
Robert, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I listen to my brother, and you know I've been in Monrovia for the way I grew up. I was born in Bonkani, Lower Bonkani, former district.
Okay.
I listen to my brother naming those factories that were here. I just want to add before I go on. You talk about chicken factory, this factory. You left glass factory and that iron factory. Also, Medball Liberia Limited, where they used to produce zinc and bucket in Baton.
Okay.
So I just want to show that some more been around for some time. But as we speak to you people, I want to say thank you to the SKTV for providing the platform for the Liberian voices to be heard.
Okay.
This is the way our country will be able to develop. Not for those that yesterday went in the bushes to bring candy into us. Now, as we stand today, Joseph Boakai, our president, everything president we are those at that time were criticized, where even the Jackal Lata, who is a senator from Massachusetts County, who said he was a light. He said the hospital ground was breaking. He said we will have earthquake in his country. Now you see, Joseph Boakai will not be able to do anything for the past 5.5 years because if the baby will walk, the baby will walk from so you know it from the crying because the baby start sitting, you see the baby start crying.
Thank you.
We're going small. So let me just end it by saying, let me tell my brother Sekou, Joseph Boakai he has been in government circle for more than 40 some more years. When will he land on a job?
Thank you so much, Chief.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's take another person. Hello.
Hello.
Your name? What you call?
Hello.
Your name?
Hello.
Your name? Where you call from?
My name is Emmanuel Samson, calling from
Emmanuel, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Sekou. The first thing, thank you for your program and thank you for your panel that in studio. The panel there, Sekou, always I listen to your program, a good program, but really our brother then that they say, I'm really appealing to them. We should not discuss politics on the land of Liberia. Let everyone of us out here together how to build Liberia. How to build Liberia. Sometimes Joseph Boakai will put Joseph Boakai in power. Sometimes when Joseph Boakai go to the state, they not know the way power to go and get in connection either with the investor. You are there for the interest of the country. Show Joseph Boakai the way for him to go and get in contact with the investor.
Okay.
But you not tell always that the country will not move out, the country will not move out. And you say you not love Liberia. But when you love Liberia, you start to put Liberia first and give Joseph Boakai the way how to do things for Liberia to be built. We are feeding to them. We should not discuss politics or we should not discuss parties.
Thank you.
Liberia.
Thank you so much. Let's take this thing. Hello.
Hello?
Your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Brown Tati calling from Monrovia.
Brown Tati, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, I always like to use the famous quote from the late Maya Buya, so Liberia Palava how to talk. And Sekou said something when you guys were discussing. He said when there is no opposite opinion, it means nobody is thinking or someone is not thinking. We will always be different. But the good thing is that in our difference, we must protect the country. So when we don't protect the country, it means that at the end of the day, you have nothing. And so I want to thank all of you. You know, any government account will have well-intention. Anything we do in this country, when we are well-intentioned, will not fall. But when we're doing it with motive, you know, always there will be huge opposition.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank the Vice President for intervening. I know other people have problems where the government want to come with policy and then, you know, Vice President had to intervene at a dying minute.
Okay.
So let me tell you, anything that would threaten the stability of the country, everybody must be able to support us here in. Why will happen if there is instability? He will not be Vice President. Boakai will not be President.
Thank you,
and
Chief.
even you and myself, the way we do it, will not even do it. So it's good that when anything that is threatening the stability of the country, we all put hands inside. If the policy is well-intentioned,
Thank
we'll
you.
support it.
Thank you very much. Let's take another person. Hello. Your name? Where you calling from?
I'm G. Thompson Barrow, first calling from Grand Union County. Very good.
Welcome. Let's hear you. Please amplify your voice.
Okay. You getting me right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, the broad issue is just we ourselves. The trouble of the broad based on the Liberian people.
Okay.
Yesterday, when CBT was in power, we all were crying here. Now, what the CBT was doing that was wrong corruption, they want that one. We still want to hear about that case that pending about the AFL money on the former
You not know?
I can say that money. We want to know about the impact of it because people they embarrass or immoral there. The black traffic send the presidency you study on community to investigate and report. The Liberian since then we are not hearing nothing about it. It's very serious.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Keep the calls coming to 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you this evening. We go to the line and see if we can take this pricing. Good evening. How are you?
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah,
Please be audible, Diakete. Please, your line is too low.
Yeah, I'm calling from the accountant to be successful as a street man. This person you can do for the topic on the discuss so a and an appreciation to your panelists from the US. And for me, mine is recommendation. You know, sometimes when we are praying, we pray for the betterment of Liberia and the county we hail from. And my recommendation to them, I did not want for this to be this show to only be cataloging on Bwaka. We all pray for the growth of Liberia. What have been some of them contribution to Grand Judea or Liberia at last?
Okay.
If they have any other opportunity for the younger generation that is willing to go to school, we want to attend vocational stuff. If they are in the US, they then start to lobby to see how best they can add up to government to see how best the country can move forward. Because you are being out of Liberia, you will not be called an American, you are Liberian.
Thank you.
So try to do something to see how best we all can do it here, to see how best Liberia can move forward instead of you critiquing government and now you said, make one complete year.
Thank you, my brother. Let's take another pricing. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. This is Emmanuel Reducing, and I joined the conversation from Upper Cower.
Welcome, Eman. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I would like to say hi to all the panelists, especially our people from the United States. I would like to say thanks and thank you for the hard work. Look, you see in Liberia, I hear people calling on the radio and saying that the men in America, they will explain again that you in Liberia, you don't even eat. Right now, red cup that almost $70. You get food to eat here. Somebody in America trying to provide information and you jump on, you say, because you unity party, may you tell whether he won't kill you or you get food to eat. You say someone in America will explain again. That many in America eat 3 times a day. We even get anything. Then you want to question the guys in America. It is just unfortunate. Honestly, let me pray, my brother. Look. The next project being like, bro, Honorable Bwaka and his team can tell what they did was $42 million. Honorable Bwaka, 200 days, we were using $42 million. That $42 million for you to put red deck in chalk, and you go waste it somewhere, you put machine there, you say that it worth the $42 million. Honorable Bwaka will have to account for that money. They will break that money down or else. Trust me, we'll take this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's take this person to be our last lucky caller. Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Nima, where you calling from?
I'm Sifos.
Sifos, welcome. Let's hear you.
Okay. People saying, Waka said, in 100 days, things will be fine. He feels. My belief, he hasn't feel yet.
Okay.
Because I took like a deal from River G County to Monrovia with Makai.
Okay.
Good. And as we speak with that machine in Grand Bazo, in the channel, how you call it, from Zwedju to Tosa. And we got machine from Tapeta to Tosa.
Okay.
We got machine from Bichano heading to RTR. And machine is leaving from RTR to Jacksonville.
Okay.
So if I can take 1 day from River G to Monrovia with car, is he not trying?
Thank you very much. Let's squeeze in this pricing quickly, and it's going to be our last lucky caller. Hello, name, where you calling from?
Thank you. This is Pascal Davis from District 6 in Masuralo.
Pascal, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say thanks to you know, Liberia is an interesting country. I was just telling somebody, the country is 400 some more years, and we need serious development. But we took the country that has 400 some more years, that the entrance of development, and place it in the hands of we're almost 80 years old. So I have to see what decision that the president has even started to make is telling us exactly where we headed.
Okay.
You see, look, whether you be at exam committee 10 times, we know you're like how you got input. So it's not issue. We were telling you, even if Joshua is the worst, but if you have no plan to select or elect Joshua, there are options on the table. Well, so Mr. Cummings, but Mr. Parker has been tested. Over for the 7 years in government. What is the legacy? So you didn't show anything. But you just got angry. Because Ellie said the man will not be president, so all of there. So Ellie that woo. You woo to say something. So you did not even know the context at which Madam Sunny was speaking. But because Ellie said the man will not be president, so he like bro, how they can pay people. So all your go there.
Thank you, Chief.
They will not be president. You see, the country is so funny to the extent that people make decisions before they think. How can you make a decision in 6 years and start to regret that decision you made in 3 months? You think the real people in the country?
Thank you so much.
You think they help the people? It's a sad time. And we will talk. I mean, we can get tired because it's our country. But again, the people you're talking to, they're not willing to learn. But we will not stop talking. It's a sad time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
The country is doomed and
okay. All right. That's all the time we have to be with you here. SK, I'll leave you guys in the next 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. I got information to send out to Grand Juliet County very quickly. And after that, there's likely possibility I will be joining you. But it's very urgent. Okay.
No problem. Thank you. We're good. So we'll continue with the show here. We have some callers here, then we'll react to them. Let's take a few calls here from the diaspora. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 763 number.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sheku Kane. This is Elvis calling from Minnesota.
Elvis, go ahead, my brother.
All right, thank you. And hello to the panelists, but especially to Sheku Kurma. Look, I appreciate it and I admire the way you talk and interact with the callers. It's very respectful, and I really appreciate that. A lot of other platforms, they're always so disrespectful and harsh with the callers, so it's a breath of fresh air. But let me say this. When it comes to Joseph Boyka government, I'm no supporter of this government. But also, I want to be fair. When you leave Liberia and you travel abroad, for some of us who are in the diaspora, we have a wider perspective about country. Sometimes when you're in something, it's harder to see the full picture than when you get out of it. I think the larger problem in Liberia is not with the individual who sit, in the presidency. It's about the quality of people who work in our governmental bureaucracy. The education that they have had, the experiences that they've had, and they're bringing with them into government. Most of them is inadequate for the kind of government and transformational government that we hope for in our country. The reality is, like, Mr. Khan, you were saying, during those days of two-party rule, how you had all these different factories and so on and so forth. And it's true. Those of us who are students of history, we understood that those things were there. The people who were in government at the time had a better education. We had a better educational system. But you and I are looking at this future generation. Do we think we have the people who have the capacity, have the education, the education system that's going to build future leaders, but more importantly, future government employees who are going to do the right things, working in these different ministries to make sure to push our country forward? We see that. So no matter who the head is, if the body is not working, the head is always going to have an issue. And again, Joseph Boyka, his style of leadership, his experience in government, it's nothing, revolutionary. It's something that is the status quo. He's a prayer, I want to call it a milquetoast, president. He's going to do things exactly how you saw his predecessor do it, especially Madam Seti. He's not going to bring any kind of new ideas. So for those of us who want some rapid growth and rapid improvement, it's not going to happen. And even after Boyka's, presidency is over, the next generation of people in Liberia are going to be poor in comparison to what we have back in the 60s and 70s, because the educational system is not going to prepare them to adequately serve our country. So that's the bigger issue. Society at large is not, good enough for the kind of governance we want to see in the country, because the educational system has failed them. But thank you so much. I just want to put my 2 cents in there. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. So there were other people on the line that were actually calling, but everybody calling the same line. So it's kind of tough to take everybody at the same time. Maybe the show is calling. Mr. Deshiel? Mr. Deshiel, how you doing?
Yes, so good. Thank you for the subject today. Last caller made some significant point in why our country can go forward. But I have an additional thing to say towards that. Excuse me. Liberia before was a shining star in Africa. We used to export glass bottles. We used to export iron ore. And we used to export a lot of things. We have factories. We have manufacturing shoe. We have a sugar factory. We have battery factory. We used to export shrimps. And we used to make our own cartons right in Liberia. And there's a lot that we used to benefit from the workers that used to work for the airlines and stuff like that. Now, I want to say this. Since 1990, what have Liberia exported to gain some kind of revenue? 40 years plus, we have no more the country that we were before. We have lost our international status, and there's a whole lot that we have to get back together. But like the caller that just left, we don't have the quality of people to change the trajectory of this country in the mess that we're in. We're in a serious mess. I don't think that we have a way forward. The only way that I think that we're going to go forward is that at least after Barker administration, we cannot get any better president. We have to go into administration. I believe so. As our great-grand would never see a better Liberia, you're going to be living in destitute like how we are in now. So I thank you, Sekou. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the last caller and then we'll go to the panelists to start to analyze what we heard. So caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 267 number.
Yeah, my name is Nancy. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Nancy.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I just wanted to just add my voice on something that one of the callers said, and something you discussed. Contacts is good to have contacts because contacts take you straight to the head, and it takes you straight to the boss, the overhead boss. You understand, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not gonna start from the bottom. So when you have that contact close to the head, you rather get a job very faster or get that stuff done very faster. You understand, right? Mm-hmm. So contact is very good. It's good to have contacts. That's why people say contact. Even in Nigeria, every part of the world, you're going to apply for job. You're going to apply for anything that you want. Contacts will get you there faster. So that's what Joseph Baga don't have. Okay? And I heard one of the callers said, we the people in the diaspora, we should come through, we should help the president to how they call it, to help the president get it. Let me tell you something. You're in Liberia, we talk to the other day. We will not do so. So you know what I said? You're opening your mouth in Liberia, they're forcing us. We got too short. We can keep tutu. You're going to your tutu. You're to your tattoo. You went through the election. You put your president there. You choose your president. You're putting there. No problem. We don't get problem. But rather, we come to us now to come back up our taxpayer money. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. And we're not giving up anything. We will get your passing. Your president will go back and go with nothing. Because we're not stupid. You're not stupid people. You're not a law. Use us, not for us. All kinds of needs. Elections are you're more power basement. America do your more power basement. America do that. Why your president running out? You not come to oil. To get up money to you. So come, bring it, speed it. We're not stupid. And we're not get your passing. Because taxation.
All right, Nancy, thank you. Thank you so much. She very young. So hello. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's go to Ben here. Ben from Minnesota. They want to cover sedition. Ben.
Hey, what's up? The honor cover sedition. So I want to speak to my people from Liberia. Look, I know those of you who are calling now who are angry. It tells me that you are from the UP side, and that's fine for you to be angry. But I didn't see this anger when the other group of Liberians were criticizing sedition, and for the right reason they were criticizing sedition. So, like the thing go now, you will talk tire. You guys will talk tire too. The same how we talking here, we talk. All of us will talk. Like the last thing I want to say here is to my brother Sekou, the other Sekou. I think Sekou sometimes confuses me a lot. Sekou was saying that, Brother was a VP for 12 years, so Brother did not have the connection. Okay. When you look at Amara Kone, who was the finance minister, and Brother was the vice president, Sekou, those two persons, who do you think who have accumulated contacts? Is it Amara Kone or VP?
VP.
For 12 years.
VP.
And the answer is the VP who have accumulated more contacts than Amara Kone. If Amara Kone is able to have more people than the VP, it just tells you the answer that the VP does not have the reach.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting, you were seeing it as bad as Georgia was when he went to ASAP. Then he bring something with him. We hope that this woman will bring something for my brother. You can see the ratings are on the wall. This will be another witness here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So let's go to the line here. 404 number. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. 404 number, are you there? 0733. 404 0733, are you there? Well, one more time. I'll switch to the next caller. 404. All right. Let's go to the next caller here. Hello? Hello?
How you doing?
Is this Abraham?
Yeah, this is Abraham. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Welcome.
Good to see you among and all the other guys from Liberia. You know, the topic of the discussion today is kind of really fascinating and interesting. And like the last call, I think is on the conversation is that people will talk tired. What is so fascinating and astonishing to me is the level of anger that the Unity Party supporters come on the show with is what I can't really understand. And they're going to have 6 years to deal with this kind of situation. That's one. 2, to talk about contacts. I have a lot of people here that don't understand that President Blocker now, Vice President Blocker at the time, is one of the very few vice presidents in the history of Liberia that had the opportunity to address the General Assembly in this space. Okay? And to use that opportunity to talk about, he was a podcast. I remember in 2011, Vice President Blocker represented Liberia at the General Assembly at the United Nations. So those opportunities could not be, you could not minus the opportunities to establish the needed contact with world leaders. And for somebody to come and sit there and talk about people in the diaspora, if you get a contact, hell, Amara Kone, look at Amara Kone's age. It was just the early government that brought Amara Kone prominence. be the one today that you have to rely on for contact. Where are we heading, Sekou? And the last thing to close on, Sekou, you talk about the factors out in Liberia. I mean, for some, like you stated, for someone we are later on to see many presidents of Liberia, and indeed those things are happening in Liberia. So my young brother Sekou, if you say that nothing is happening, it's not true. It's just a question of trying to maximize the needed contact and then set the priorities straight, the things that needs to be done. You don't need a rocket scientist, but you cannot bring 26 people in the United States at the expense of taxpayers. And even to be authentic about that, you give all the name of 9 people when you brought in 26. That's dishonesty in its highest place. But second, let me not take all of the time. Make sure, guys, to continue the good work, okay?
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. So, Monk, Steve, are you there? All right, let me take the next caller. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sekou Dugle. I'm calling from Texas.
Sekou Dugle from Texas. Welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm grateful to be on your show, and let me let the people know this is the best time. We were looking for a good leader. Joseph Walker is one of the good leaders. I can tell you for free because sometimes we have differences. We will say something, but it's time now we play the nationalistic role for Liberia to be better. And we can only do that if we say the right thing and get the right person. But if we cannot say the right thing at some time, we're not going to get what we want. Even myself, I can't say nobody can criticize me. Or you in the studio there, I think if somebody come in and say, Sekou Cannon show not good, Sekou Cannon show like that, they condemn your show. You're not like that. So sometimes we put politics aside and say the truth. This moment, for what I see in Texas, Liberia will be better. I'm seeing the future bright for our country. Because see, honestly, to make character is not easy. But to destroy it, it's just a minute. You destroy a character from where you've been for 50 years. You destroy it in a minute. But if somebody build a character, and we come back and see a reason and say, this man can take this country from 0 to 100. And we all rally around it. And it happens. I see other African nations support that country.
So Sekou, to our point. Since you are in Texas, and what you saw in Texas proved that Joseph Walker would do better. Can you just tell us exactly some of the things you saw in Texas?
Yeah, that was my question.
Huh? Where and to who? And
from there to there, go to Atlanta to arrange for 3 international flights for Liberia. Why we now have more flights going to Liberia? They made our flight yesterday. They're not going. United not going. Not going. You know why? Because sometimes I go off in the airport. You can be flying the country when they say the airport is dark. So all these things we're supposed to go to your country. You got to make the room for people to go there. Investor can't just go to a country when it's plain learning the whole life go up. So the man is trying to do things the right way for the country. He started with asset recovery, walk out court. Those are killed before they can go free. Somebody say you can put and they can't go to court. That means that what will be praying for? How many persons are trying to have? Can we early justice and not talk about war crime in our country? Because they know when they talk about it, somebody will not vote for them. They may not care about you, when you vote for you, not vote for you, but you do the right thing for the country. Can we support him for you to do the right thing, or we'll tear him down?
So why you say why? I just wanted to know what's going to happen in Atlanta. So you just talk about, we'll find out the truth about that. But what you said that actually is doing in that he said in what you saw in Texas.
Business partner here, the United States Africa Summit, and whatnot. Diaspora Summit. Anybody can go there. Anybody can go on that summit.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Sekou. Before you go,
Yeah.
It's always good to say a good thing, but you must say good thing, must say the truth. Lying, saying good thing with lie, that's not going to make it good. Listen now, listen. Now you. What I'm trying to tell you is that because you want people to say good thing about Joseph Boakai, you just want you might as well make sure tell Joseph Boakai to do the good thing. My man, you can talk like that. Let me talk. All right, I don't know that, but I think if I can remember you clearly, you're one of those people that stay on the same platform. How Joseph Boakai was not prepared, I was not ready for the prime time. How he was old, how he was sick, how he was not ready to be president. Now Joseph Boakai is a good man. Well, thank you for saying what you're saying right now. During the campaign, you said Joseph Boakai was not fit to be president. He was not correct. He was sick. Oh, okay. Okay, but I'm mistaking you. Let me take the next caller. No, you don't need to. You okay? Whatever you say, you're right. What did he say?
President last year, they were going to around November when they were going for second round. They were supporting Lieutenant Kamara. For Lieutenant Kamara gave support. And Lord, when I thought I was coming back to
Oh, okay. No. I got your point now. Yeah. We supporting him. We also listen now. We all supporting him and want him to do the right thing. And so be better. My man, you don't talk like that, man. People respect you. Give your time. You talk when I'm talking, then you give me a chance. I don't cut people off. But when people respect you, give you time, making the conversation interactive, then you should listen when I'm talking too. But when I'm talking, you just keep cutting me off. I'm the one running the show. You can't do that. But anyway, he already stated his reason why he's supporting Joseph Boakai. Number one, he's from Lofa. Number two, he's from Unity Party. Number three, he's from Ako. So all of the above, is a good reason to support Joseph Boakai. Because in Liberia, people don't support people for anything. You have to come from the same country, have the same party affiliation, or have some, connection with the person, or somebody from your family will be appointed in government. Then definitely those are reasons to support people in Liberia. So we understand. Steve and Monk, based on what we just heard from the many callers, what say you before we go?
Monk, go ahead first. Let Monk be the first, and then I'll follow. Monk, you there?
No, okay. Go ahead, Fred. I will come later. I will close up.
Okay, no problem. First of all, Mr. Kane, let me say thanks to all of the callers, to our supporters and listeners around the world. The first thing I want to say is, if you're hoping on Joseph Boakai for international connection, it's not possible. It's not a witch hunt thing. It's not a wishing Liberia bar or so forth. The records are not there. And I don't know if they will be there within the next 6 years, especially with the games that he's playing. He played a game with the one economic crime score. He did. And especially with the way the country is going. The second thing I wanted to say also to the caller who called, if we got connections and they want that one, let me say to that caller, on SKTV, even if we have connection, we're not going to waste our time. Let me tell you why. We're not here to make government lazy. That's not our role. We're here to ensure the government is doing what it's supposed to do for its citizens. If the government is doing their part, then we can come in and help. But you get government official then, fat salary, minister then, fat salary, people in the legislature, fat salary, that we don't also can rally around to carry support. Something wrong with you. that slavery and that begging mentality, we're not accept that. We don't want to do that. We're in the 21st century. It's time for your government to spend on you. That's why the government will do that. Why you elected them to better your lives. And not for you to go elect them. Then they come, they tell them they put in their pockets, put in the women in pocket, put in the children in pocket, enjoy themselves. Then you come and defend them. Then you tell us we should go and rally around to bring you support. Something got to be seriously wrong. We're not part of that agenda. So that's a failed agenda upon arrival. Carry on a different platform. It will not work. The last thing I want to say is this. We can joke around. And I know Sekou named some things that other governments did in the past to put Liberia name up there to some extent. Great. That was back then. Right now, we need a serious government. And we need a serious leader. To be very honest, the world we are in is not like in the 80s. The world we are in now, people look at your track record. Let's take, for example, if somebody call right now and say the founder of SKTV, who is Sekou? First of all, people will start doing research. They want to know who Sekou is. From back home to here. And so I'm saying this to say, the person you elect, look at the track record. What is Joseph Yuma Bwaga track record? I see them saying that to Atlanta Airport, while running anger management, that small room where I can put my patient in, and we get our table, then walk and four and what they go. I see them saying that they say they're talking to Atlanta Airport people and they want to do that one. Y'all carry any aviation man where y'all? Why y'all going to talk about aviation? Y'all think stupid, eh? Y'all think stupid, eh? Y'all carry aviation. Oh, y'all knew that y'all were going to talk to Atlanta Airport people. Why y'all not brought the people that are responsible for aviation so they can make the case? Also, Joseph Baga know about aviation, huh? You're not serious. You're confused. You ain't got your priorities right. The day you get your priorities right, we'll know that you're serious. As of now, I'm saying it. Nobody now hope until we can see the path. They put and 100-day deliverables. They're checking. They're checking on it. And now what we need to consider and get ourselves hard on. You see them passing around someone a banner and they get Joseph Baga, welcome to Atlanta. Let me tell you something. Even if Atlanta people at the airport, that United Party said made that banner. And not the people to Atlanta, Georgia, you think the people get sense? What you're bringing? You're coming to come back. That they wanted to welcome your airport banner offer you. Who told you they can welcome beggars letter? That what they told you in the country? You better carry that propaganda somewhere else. Tomorrow, we'll bring that banner here that you put up. And we'll deflect that banner. We'll tell the Labrador what's going on. We inside. We told you. We inside. So Mr. Canada, I think what I want to say.
Monk.
Yeah, Mama, give me update on our basket, please, because you know the routine here. If they don't show up on Friday, it continues to tomorrow.
Yeah, so one person added after the first, 3 people. So this person always, like I've told you, this person always coming through almost every time we ask, and it's a female. Well, she don't let us to call her name, so that person came with $40. So that's the only person after those previously announced. So, but before you go, Monk, somebody called earlier on. We took their call, but they didn't say anything.
Okay.
Let me try to get that person. I'm going to be our
Yeah,
last
let the
caller.
person go ahead. I will come later.
Yeah. Hello. 404 number. Hello. This will be the last time, man. You can't keep calling and you can't say anything. Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Sorry. I just this is very proud. Steve just named what I'm about to say.
Okay.
One of the caller was trying to play, telling you're not telling Joseph Parker anything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see you shouldn't blame SKTV for what's going on because they choose to make a wrong decision to vote for who they want to vote for, and the man now so they try to play you. So I think if you sleeping with dog with fleas, you're gonna get up with fleas. So you're gonna still sleep with the fleas. So I mean they try to play you in a possible way, try to make it look like you're the one that is your fault. That Joseph Baga not doing this, Joseph Baga not doing that. So It's not our fault. It's their fault. So that's why we're calling and Sekou just everything. Sekou just everything what they were saying. So that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Maripra. We appreciate it. Yes, so Mong, before you go, another person just sent $30. So now we have 5 people now. So you can go ahead, Mong, and before we
That's
go.
still far from our Friday quota. So we'll continue tomorrow. We'll give the update before the show and middle of the show and at the end of the show. You see, our people are very funny people. And the last caller, the first caller from the diaspora, I think he deserves all the credit today because he just laid the whole thing. Sekou, the situation in Liberia is a waste of time. It's a generational disconnect. And the other Sekou, when he came out with a discussion about how Liberia had nothing, and it get I was watching the reaction from people, and it was just so insulting. You know, people pretend that if to say Liberia started in 1990, and he said it right. It's a generational thing and an educational thing. So if you cannot tackle this major problem, like I keep saying here, if anybody above the age of 35 or 40 in Liberia, you will not see a better Liberia in your lifetime. I mean, your most formidable years. It won't happen because it's a generational thing. Sekou, why do you think the vast majority of young people vote CDC or Joshua? Not too many people that saw a better Liberia, that know what Liberia was or what Liberia is capable of doing with support of Joshua in the election. But you look at kids born in the 90s, like, and you lay a platform for that, right? You born in a country, you see no running water, no electricity, you are confused, you are traumatized. All you saw is hunger, destitution, dead body all over the place, warlock. So all you think that what Liberia has always been because it's what you've been exposed to. So, and these people are the ones that are in the majority when it comes to election. So it means every time we go to an election cycle or when we go to the ballot box, we stand a greater risk of making the same mistake. Because how do you rectify the problem when the people who are making the decision haven't been exposed, well, never exposed to the better part of Liberia? So at the end of the day, now it becomes like a fight between the CDC and Unity Party. And you know, they will tell you, oh, you guys will explain tire. But you are the one telling people to use their expertise or connection to help Joseph. You think you went to an election, you voted for a government and a president that have a whole bureaucracy, and you think that ordinary Liberians will be the one making calls for Joseph Boga? You must be kidding, right? It take that how it work. You heard all that color, oh, you got that in America, you're the ones that be showing the old man the way. Are you serious, bro? The only thing we can do, we can only proper ideas here. And the ideas, sometimes we get feedback from you, the very same color, before we can even come up with these suggestions. And if the president would tell you, say he doesn't listen because you said it right, he was basically referring to SKTV. Because SKTV, we don't told his horn here, we don't do pressing here. So that's why he said he doesn't listen to people on social media. He was referring to SKTV. So why make you think people from SKTV should be the one, or any Liberian, the diaspora should be the one making connection for Joseph Boga? I thought that's why you elected him. That was your argument. That he's the most experienced, he been in the business for a while. He come with a resume that is impeccable that nobody else could match. And now you think ordinary Liberian, the very same people who you said they will keep talking until they get tired. And the other caller said it right. You're talking about people overseas in industrialized countries, telling them that they don't want you to talk tired. You will see who will get tired at the end of the day. Let's see who will get tired. Because at the end of the day, it will be you, it will be the generation after you, and your children's children that will bear the full consequences. And that's what the other caller literally referring to. You will see who will actually get tired talking. So that's what we are.
Yeah. So before I go, just want to update you. The guy who sent the $25 earlier for Sekou Kroma, he sent $10 again. And then we have two other people donated after that. Then let's see. Yes. Yep. One $30 and one $25, but they don't want me to call. Let me see. This person say what? The person say the other person said $30, say $10 for Mabel, and then $20 for SKTV, but the person said no name. So the reason why I can call those things, let you call the money name and they comment on it, because I want to make sure that the person, is aware of the fact that we get their message and we receive the money. So before we go, Steve, I wanted to say something about what Mon just said. Those callers from Liberia, the one that was saying that we in the diaspora are supposed to be helping and saying we know everything, we know something, we will be helping the Bwakai.
Yeah.
Showing contact, showing the way. It's easy to advise somebody, it's easy to say something to somebody, provided if they are willing to listen to you, or they are willing to openly take, your advice. You that support of Joseph Parker in the first place, you are not willing to listen. To say, oh, Papa, even though we support you, but the thing what people saying, that's a good idea. Contact. The only way we can get Joseph Parker the contact, first thing we'll do, we'll come here, we'll criticize him for doing the wrong thing, and we'll commend him for doing the right thing. And then we have other people with expertise that have been calling on the show. They're very much informed, they are well educated, and they have contacts. They will come here and proffer information and knowledgeable things for the government to learn from. What you will do, you will instruct them. The government of Liberia, listening to Monk, listening to me, listening to Steve, all they can do, if they need additional information based on what we know and what we do, or based on people that can call on this platform, people that we bring on this platform, if they need them, they will call us. Hey, we listened to you guys saying something very, very, very profound the other day. It is in the interest of Liberia. What can we do to help in that direction? Not to give us job, but just to ask us to lead them to some good people. Or idea that we have, how they can market that idea and put it into use. But instead, all of you so-called supporters, you will lead the process to attack us. You will discourage everything, and then you will attack us for the good idea, and then you tell your president that they're doing good, even though they are doing bad. Even though you don't even know exactly what's going on. But simply because you want to be seen as a supporter of Pen or Joseph Jimabwaka or
Yep.
person,
That's it.
And say anything we said aloud, then you telling us we should provide opportunity or idea to Joseph Jimabwaka to get contact. Let me tell you something. Just so you know, whether you're in Liberia or those of you watching here, in the entire country, United States, in the entire United States, if Joseph Jimabwaka got any contact in America here that rare in Phoenix, and the contact he has here, we know everything. We know exactly how, he benefited. But we also know from income donation and cash Joseph Jimabwaka received from here as vice president, he could not get account of it. So it's difficult. You go to the pushing point, they will say, well, NIC made like in the last time we gave in X amount of money in income donation and never returned. No accountability, no information whatsoever to what happened with the money and materials we gave him. Sometimes you guys can go against us, but we can hold a lot of information back because we don't want to disgrace Liberia. We told you Joseph Jimabwaka during the election, Joseph Jimabwaka was not up to the task. Like Steve said, he has zero contact. Zero. And Joseph Jimabwaka will have contact. Joseph Jimabwaka will be valuable. Joseph Jimabwaka will come to America here and be behind Costa there.
I know, right? Yeah.
You think Joseph Jimabwaka will have contact? Joseph Jimabwaka will be that kind of valuable political figure will come here with depends on what is going to farm Airbnb for him.
Yeah, to finance a campaign.
What are you talking about? When it comes to politics, when it comes to importing people, when it comes to people with valuable assets, whether individual connection or governmental connection, Joseph Boakai on a scale from 1 to 10, Joseph Boakai will be maybe 3 or 4. 3 or 4. So, in short, Joseph Boakai government, Joseph Boakai people there making Jowia a hero. Making Jowia a hero. At least, by this time, Jowia, how government going? But up to now, Joseph Boakai still making appointments. We don't even know who's who in the government. And Joseph Boakai's decision to be appointing bad people. Huh?
Did you say we don't know who? Who? I know, right?
In Labrador, you know who is who?
Now I'm saying you're just confused.
Nothing, we don't know. We don't know who be who.
I know.
Joseph Boakai government is just unstable, you know. They have no they got no direction. But the thing is, and I think it's a good thing, even those who supported Joseph Jima Boakai, who voted for Joseph Jima Boakai, they're regretting why they did, but they are defending him in shame.
Yep, that's it.
They're defending in shame because they don't want to admit, because they are a bunch of deceptive people. They don't want to admit that actually you guys were right. They don't want to say that. But you know, campaigns are over. We don't care about who won, who did not. We all want to see is the better Liberia. And that's why we'll continue to hold Joseph Boakai, you know, feet to the fire to make sure he does the right thing. And those of you who actually supported SKTV today, I want to say thank you. Like Mon said, we expect more people to do. We can have
on a given Friday, we expect 25 to at least 30.
Yeah, we expect, let me see how many people so that Mon can know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people.
All right. We'll continue tomorrow. They will reach that 30.
So Steve, I think we've already hit 2 hours 30 minutes.
2 hours 30 minutes.
So I don't know, we should call it a day, or you guys want to have something to say?
No, I think we should call it a day. Tomorrow we'll pick up like Monk said. We'll pick up like Monk said tomorrow, and I'm very sorry for being late today, but I took care of it. Mr. Kana will talk. I took care of it, so we are good.
Good.
And I know Mr. Kana definitely tonight will be meeting to discuss some things. We're going to Bishu then place, right? For the graduation stuff.
Yeah.
I
thought it should come in.
Yeah, tonight over on B-ball level. Let me know we'll face teams tonight. yeah. You understand? So tonight we'll, Mr. Kana tonight we'll face team. We'll put in order. And then, but tomorrow, folks, you're sorry. Tomorrow we'll continue the conversation. We'll contact Pastor Gerard coming. I was the one that did not reach out to him, but I did follow up with him to let him know that we couldn't do it. So hopefully we'll have him on briefly tomorrow with the conversation. Pastor Gerard coming will reach out to him to set it up. But tomorrow, folks, don't miss the show. We're following up the president in Atlanta, Georgia.
So Steve, somebody just texted me. On the statement I made when I said we don't know who is who. Somebody texted me to telling me that I should repeat that and tell them what I made.
But I told you, I said that statement. I was not laughing. So you said that statement hit me.
But we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Because the thing is, a lot going on. And let me not say this. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I'll call you after the show, so we can compare notes real quick. and then we'll take it from there. Folks, y'all thank you for your support always. Y'all know that SKTV, yeah. And y'all heard it today. Say I'm glad that Sekou were able to say it. You know, sometimes we don't say these things that Mr. Kanye always say. The the extra or the side expenses are too much. I will just be very honest, but we still appreciate you guys who do this, you know, continuously.
Yeah. You said you have to remind yourself, you know,
Yeah.
we don't say things in public.
Yeah, even though I was trying to hold him down, but the man let it out the bear. So
Yeah.
no problem.
SKTV the gear. Now when they gasoline, but even scratch car.
Yeah, but that one that just one person, the beginning, all the men that working to
a whole lot going on.
A lot going on. And sometimes we don't come to say we don't want to complain, but let's say we can always say there's a lot going on, folks. And to be able to keep up, we have to make sure we do our part. But y'all, thank you for your support continuously. And we're not going nowhere we yet. So, to that to our papi. You understand? Let's say we say there's some information that we don't even talk about because it's embarrassing, it's concerning. So we here and we'll face things with y'all. Y'all, thank you so much, folks. Tomorrow we'll be back. Y'all, thank you. Have a good weekend. Congratulations to all of our graduates around the world, especially in the United States. There's a lot of graduation going from high school, universities, college, you know, different graduates. Different people are graduating with different, you know, educational accomplishments. We say thank you to those who are graduating. Thanks to the parents, to the loved ones, the supporters, the families. We say thank you.
I want you to read what Felicia Free says. He said to collect money, you're gonna have to strategize. One Friday we'll be on GFB, Joe, we have support with. Then they want to protest. The next week we'll be on GFB, Joe, we are just doing also. So yes, Felicia, I don't know, man. You got to call all behind the scene. That kind of strategy you can't say in public.
Yeah, Felicia, you see now the problem that you honor money, the strategic strategy that's all to make us to move forward. Yeah, you don't as a strategy. Right now the strategy looking compromised now.
In fact, the last time she said she has sent an invite to me, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, those kind of invite, when you send it to it, not come through, you know, it's important, it's vital. Then you follow up with something like call set. Yeah, just block it, just people let it ring, they will come together.
Yep. Yeah, but my man, I know. We'll see later. My boy, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, my people. Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Kanye, thank you so much.
Yep.
I will leave it with you.
For sure.
Okay.
All right. So my boy, we say thank you to everybody. Those of you who donated, those of you who wanted to donate but you don't have it, thank you. We look forward to, seeing you tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.